All right, I'm here with Johanan Dixon. We have a fight announcement we're going to be going over today. First of all, right before we get into that, Johanan, you just had your first ever MMA fight. Most people will never experience what that is like. Try to describe, what you thought it was going to be like, what you felt backstage, what you felt walking out, and then, the first time you ever stepped in the cage and you were victorious. Talk us through that experience first, and then we'll kind of, fast forward to what we have coming up.
Okay. It was a roller coaster of emotions for sure. Going from, I was talking to the elite guys the other day. When you're in the gym, you feel good, but like you're around a bunch of hungry lions, so you know you're getting good work in. But when you start traveling, you realize this is something you're gonna have to make that walk alone. That's when it gets intimidating. Backstage before the fight, I was telling the guys as well. It's cool to see your level. Compared to a lot of other people, and especially in an amateur, behind the fights and everything. And then making that walk was it was really nice to have James you behind me, because then your confidence and me being able to see how many times you've done it just made me very confident in what I was about to do. So it was incredible. It was if I could only do it once, I'm glad I did it once, and fortunately I get to do it more than once.
So let's talk about expectation versus reality. What did you expect the first fight to be like, and then what was it like?
Uh, well, I mean, like we spent 7 hours in a car together. I had a month to prepare all the different ways that I thought the fight was going to go. I was like, maybe I can use my hands, maybe I can establish my jab, leg kicks, maybe I can engage in grappling a certain way. And as soon as it started, the dude just came out swinging, just like you said, and I was like, okay, I have to deal with this now. And my strongest suit came out, and it was very clear that grappling was what I was comfortable with. And when fight or flight hit, that I was able to wrestle, dominate, and finish my opponent in the second round.
So yeah, you finished him in the second round. At the end of the first, you went back to the stool. You experienced this live combat for the first time in this setting. You're sitting on the stool. How were you feeling? And then when you went out into that second round, I mean, you had an incredibly dominant second round. You let your hands go. You cracked the gentleman. It turned into a grappling match. You completely dominated the positions until you got the finish. What were you feeling in between that round? And then what was it like to get your hand raised in front of your father, your team, those fans, and for the first time ever in MMA?
It was incredible. It's funny that you mentioned me cracking the guy, because for all intents and purposes, forgot I had hands in the beginning. I was so focused on getting a leg kick and grappling that I forgot I had been working on boxing for 3 years. And so when you told me, it was the commentators were like, it's like a video game. James says something, Johanan does something, and as soon as you told me to throw my hands, it worked, and I was like, oh wow, I have been working on something and getting better. So it was cool. It was really neat to get my hand raised. I didn't feel like I needed to scream or yell or jump around. I felt like it was something that had come to play or come to fruition over time, of 3 years of doing this, and then my 3 years of hard work and his hard work were put to the test, and I felt like it was what I deserved.
So now you're going in your second bout. Quick turnaround, which really is important for amateurs. A lot of amateurs start to schedule themselves the way a professional would, and that's really not intelligent. You want to compete all the time. You want to be active. You want to build your skills, build your experience, build your composure. So you're going to be fighting here at the Motor City Casino in Detroit in front of our home audience, which is going to be awesome. What are the differences going into your second bout? Talk a little bit about your opponent stylistically, how the matchups are different, just anything else you want to go over.
Yeah, September 24th, I am fighting in Detroit. I'm really excited because my Michigan family is going to be able to come and support me. Hopefully, there's a way for my North Carolina family to watch me as well. My second fight, I think, is going to be different because it won't be the first time I've walked into the cage, but I'm just going to be real honest with my emotions again and how I feel, the nerves. I'm not going to try to shy away from any of that. I'm just going to accept it, enjoy it. My opponent is, I try to say this right, Daniel Auerkirk. He's taken about 5 or 6 years off since his last MMA fight, but he's 2-1. Really heavy jiu-jitsu, and I think that it favors us here because I think we have the best jiu-jitsu in Michigan. So I'm excited to see how that works. And if he can't take me down and I can't take him down, then it'll come to striking, which I haven't gotten a chance to showcase yet. So I'm really excited about that.
So now you're going to be able to have your wife in the crowd for this performance. Last time you were able to leave the state, go to a cabin for a couple days, detach, really feel like, a fighter and dialed in for the moment. Here you're going to walk out, wife in the crowd, friends right there ringside. How do you think that's going to change, what you're going to go through?
I think the week before is going to feel a lot different because I was able to kind of put a pause on dad mode, husband mode. I got a pregnant wife, so I'm not always like able to just be like aggressive and focused and everything. Naturally, I think I'll try to detach a little bit day before, 2 days before, to make that transition for my safety and for my success, just to make sure that happens. But as far as fans, something happened in my first fight. I don't know if it's going to happen in future fights, but I didn't feel any nerves making the walk at all. I was ready. Like I said, James prepared me, so I only was excited and grateful that my fans were there in Kentucky. So hopefully that's the same thing I feel. I hope I don't feel any pressure.
Well, man, I'm incredibly excited. The last thing I want to talk about a little bit is the Team SFS Elite that you're a part of. So you are a part of a new program that was established in this facility within the last year. And it's a program that holds you to standards. It makes you, step up. It makes you have a required amount of classes you have to hit. But it's also created a brotherhood and a camaraderie. And the energy in the room is electric. I really feel like when one of you wins, the whole team wins, right? What has it been like being a part of the SFS Elite Team? And, how does that affect your confidence going into these performances?
The SFS Elite Team intimidated me at first, just because of the seriousness that James brought with that establishment of that team. It's an incredible group of people. It's still all the people that we had from the gym, but we've all decided that we have a similar mindset, and that's a comforting feeling whenever you're going into battle. Like, everybody there, before my fight, everybody was like, "Hey, can I help you? Can I work with you? Do you need anything? Please let me know if you want me to come into the gym." And then after the fight, everybody's just happy and excited for you. There's not a whole lot of like competing against each other in the gym. We're all just moving this ship forward together. And it's a neat experience. I think it was a really good decision. I think it changes the level, at least of the mindset. And then once you have a bunch of hungry lions pointed in one direction, it's hard to stop.
So let's wrap this video up with, just people you want to thank. You picked up your first sponsor, you're 1-0 and you've got people backing you. I think it's special who it is. So just people you want to thank, and then we'll wrap this video up.
I want to thank my wife and my son for giving me the time and the opportunity to pursue this. They know this is my dream, so I'm really excited about that. My first sponsor is my dad, East Coast Fiber Optics. I really didn't know how he felt about me doing martial arts in the beginning. He came to my first fight, and I really feel like it's changed how he feels about it. He's over the moon supportive. He's supporting me, making sure that my fight expenses are covered so I can pursue this, and so that we can continue to support my family while I'm doing this before it starts paying the bills. So, and then just my Michigan family, all of Jan's family and all of our extended family friends. You guys are incredible, and you really accepted me, and just, it's been cool to see you guys just enjoy watching the process of me becoming a mixed martial artist.
I can say from behind the camera that when I witnessed Johanan's father at the fight, I could even see in his breathing patterns that he was feeling the nerves for this big moment for his son. But when you won, man, he was lit up. Like, he had an aura radiating him around him for the rest of the night. Like, it was awesome. And for now, now to see that he is, sponsoring you, paying your training costs, and is supporting you 100% is really something special, because a lot of people don't have that, and that's going to be just one extra thing that drives you to not only chase this goal, but to bring it to fruition. So,
absolutely,
Johanan, thank you for sitting down with me today. And anyone that watched this video, please do us a favor, share it everywhere, spread the word, reach out to Johanan for tickets, and make sure you're at the Motor City Casino in September, right here in the D, to see his next performance. So, thank you again, Johanan.
Thank you.